It can be frustrating when you are doing all you can to follow God and then you feel like He doesn't answer your prayers. Like the one day you are running late for work and ask for His help being on time, but you are still late. Or when you pray for your trip to go well and then you miss your plane. Or you pray that you'll get to your much needed appointment, but you end up getting really sick and then miss it. Or you pray for help getting somewhere, but instead you get lost. We each have so many examples in our lives where it seems God doesn't care enough to help us with things like this. You see the miracles and blessings in other people's lives and desire His help in your life too. Well, they say there are two sides to every story, so let me share the second side of this story. The person who was late to work worked at the World Trade Center. If he had been on time on September 11th, he would have been one of those in the towers when the planes hit. The person who missed his flight was booked on the plane that flew into the first tower. The woman who missed her appointment was due to be at a medical clinic. At the same time, a gunman opened fire and killed 2 people. The person who got lost was protected from the bus that crashed into the place she was supposed to be waiting at. In Tokyo, a man was running late for work and missed his train. He missed being on the train that was attacked by a cult using sarin gas, which killed 13 and injured thousands. A US ambassador was due to head home on a cruise ship, but his replacement never arrived to relieve him of his duties. He missed his trip back to the US on the Titanic. Sometimes the only way to protect us is for God to throw a stumbling block in our path. Most of the time we will not see this second side of our story. We don't always see what we've been protected from. So the next time you pray to God and ask for help, and then a rock gets thrown in your path, take a minute to consider the possibility that that rock was sent with love from God to slow you down so you can avoid the danger ahead. I can only recall one incident from my own life where a rock on my path has protected me. I am now sure, though, that there are many others, but only God is aware of how they have saved me. Every day I would walk home from school with my older sister. One day after school we had a disagreement and I walked home a different way. I got home to find my older sister had been escorted home by the police. Had we not argued and gone our separate ways, I, as an 11-year-old, would have also witnessed the horrendous incident in which someone jumped off a church tower and committed suicide. I am forever grateful for that little falling out that sent me on a different path home. God knew I wasn't as strong as my older sister. I wouldn't have recovered as well as she did. You can be sure God does care about you. That doesn't mean He will protect you from every bad thing, but it does mean He'll be there with you. God will not protect us from every evil, because experiencing evil is the only way to learn what is good. We cannot choose good if we have no contrast, evil, to choose also. God does care. God is real. He is your creator, your father. You are His child. Of course He cares about the details in your life. Trust Him. Trust the process. Don't be put off by rocks that appear on your path, because they may have been put there to save you from something worse.